Started up, man.
Okay, well, we'll get set up then. Let's do that. Welcome. Glad you're here, Courtney. Welcome everyone to our daily success call, where we don't talk about SKUs or technical problems.
Oh,
John Lavenia
God.
here with you, the town philosopher, not the tech support guy. Good to see you all. We've got a bunch of awesome people here with us right now. There's Deborah and Pauline, Maggie, Jan. I see Rachel, Jill. There's Crystal, Delia looking awesome. Missy, of course. Hey, Scott, good to see you. Sharna, Linda, and there's Catherine. Awesome. Hey, Minnie and Malika. We got Daniel, Laura, and Courtney's here. A lot of good, awesome people here. Sass, welcome. A couple of new members here as well. Hey, Britton, I see you. And more people than I can fit on the screen. So let me stop doing that and let me go back to that. We are glad to be here with you all today. It's been an insanely busy day already. I've got 6 back-to-back meetings. This is number 4. So after this, 2 more, and then maybe I'll remember to eat. Actually, I just had some hard-boiled eggs and some granola, which is, in case you're wondering, what does John eat? That's the kind of stuff that John eats. That's second breakfast. First breakfast is just vegetable juice with protein powder and water. Drink that, hit the gym, bam. Jan brought up something today that I thought was interesting. In fact, it's a conversation that I was kind of in mentally already. And that is knowing that you can actually get what you want. Jan, would you like to hey, Bamadeli. Jan, would you like to elaborate on that a little bit, or shall I just dive into whatever comes out of my brain?
Well, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to be able to see yourself as a millionaire. You have to, sorry, my phone. Sorry. You just, it's, if you don't have a vision, you'll perish, you have to have that vision to walk it out. I'll be quiet now.
Yes. She just spake sooth. She quoted Solomon. Solomon said, where there is no vision, the people perish, which is terribly profound. I mean, why do you think we do all this personal development stuff, right? I mean, if all it was the technology, get the SKU numbers and get the account set up, if that was it, if that was the main thing, which on the outside looking in, it could seem like that's the main thing, right? That's the main thing, right? We're doing e-commerce and there's technology and computers and like accounts and all this. Yeah, that stuff exists. Why? Why does it exist? Right? For what use is that? What is your vision for even engaging in all that? Because look, as easy as it is to engage in these methods of e-commerce, and I can tell you most methods are more complicated and costly than this one. But as easy as it is, it's even easier to just not do it, to just go play video games or something, or I don't know, do something, not this, right? So if we're showing up here, we should show up with a purpose and with an idea that we know we can actually fulfill these purposes. It's one thing to be a hopeful. So Jan mentioned, millionaire. Okay. There was a time when being a millionaire meant that you had more money than you could probably ever spend. Now, millionaire, I think that's probably a good rate of survival, right? You're surviving okay, probably still working, right? So because money is worth less and less, because of the systems that control it. But the idea that we can actually accomplish our vision. So we've got a vision, so we're not perishing. So we're doing something of use, something purposeful with our lives. That's great. But do we have the faith that we can actually accomplish these things that we've set out to do? Because if not, then the how-to doesn't matter. Like you're gonna go like learn computer stuff or e-commerce or whatever. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not if you don't think you can actually accomplish something of note. So here's the question that comes up for me and comes up for a lot of people. In fact, I just had this conversation earlier today with a group of new members, who some of which are here. Welcome, you guys. We were talking about goals. I like to get people talking about, like, what do you want? That's a pretty profound question. What do you want? We ask it a lot around here. And a lot of times people are vague about it. But we need to get unvague. We need to get specific about this. We need to know what our targets are. and that they're real for us and that they're worthy of us. I mean, look, a lot of times people set themselves up with a question of worthiness. Like, am I worthy of that goal? Like, if I shoot high, am I worthy of that goal? Wrong question. The correct question is, are my goals worthy of me? If I'm going to trade my life, and you are, for some experience, okay, is that experience worthy of your life? I heard someone say, oh, I'd give my life to be able to play piano as beautifully as they could play it. And then somebody else said, well, they actually did give their life for it. Okay. So we're exchanging time, right, for an experience, or we're investing time, we're spending our time, and you don't get to save it. You can't get compound interest. There's no leveraging this, right? Like, here's your 24 hours. And how many units of that do you get? I don't know. Okay. So maybe you got a crystal ball. I don't. Okay. Well, but we're gonna plan ahead as if we've got more of these units coming. We're gonna get up tomorrow too. Okay. But we're gonna take action today in present time with full intent and purpose. You know, the late Wayne Dyer wrote a book called The Power of Intention. I don't know how many of you have read any of his stuff. He was pretty prolific there for a while. But he talked about intention as kind of like a spiritual thing. Like, intention is bigger than just you and what you think about it, right? Just, it's bigger than, here's Jan, here's, you know, this universe, and on this universe, you know, here's this little rock called Earth, and on this rock there's this tiny little speck called Jan, and then and that's it. No, that's not it, right? Because your intention and the power of intention is something that transcends space and time. But with that comes the possibility. I mean, if you're powerful in this direction, that means you also get to be powerful in the other direction. With that intention can come counter intention. And here's the internal dialogue. Here's the fight. Here's the cognitive dissonance, the inner conflict of, yes, this is what I want. This is my intention, but, right? And so when we look at that whole scenario, we look at the anatomy of that problem itself. It's that we're not clear in, number one, our intention. So maybe we have some vision, and hopefully it's getting more specific for you, but can we actually accomplish this? Or are we just, you know, stargazing or something, right? Dream building. And I know, you know, that word gets kicked around in, you know, motivational circles and entrepreneurial groups and what have you. Dream building. Okay. But you know what? I'm here to actually have the experience, like for real. And I think for a lot of people, it stops with just the dream, right? Which is a fleeting thought and not something they actually expect. So there's the trick. There's the trick. Are we expectant of that which we intend? Or are we just dream building? And if dream building is your on-ramp, okay, go dream build, but don't stop there. Okay, now what do we have to do to get into a state of expectancy with whatever good that we seek, you know, to experience in our life, that which we're trading our life for, that which we're trading our time for. To get into a state of expectancy, there's a few things that we can do to know that we can actually achieve those visions, those goals that we set for ourselves. I'll refer first and foremost to one of the most definitive works on this topic, which is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, where Napoleon Hill dedicated an entire chapter to the concept of faith as one of the 13 principles that every successful person he took 20 years to study, guys like William Wrigley, Henry Ford, Charles Schwab, Tom Edison, and of course his mentor, Andrew Carnegie, who contracted Napoleon Hill to do all this in the first place. The first billionaire, right? And what are these traits that these guys have? And one of them was faith. They are individuals of faith. Well, that's nice, right? And you can read the whole chapter on that. In other words, an inner belief that they can actually accomplish this stuff. But there was another chapter that he wrote in that book, which was another principle, and the principle is called autosuggestion. And he said in that book that this is the only known method to induce faith, to knowingly induce faith. Autosuggestion. In fact, he said, and I'll describe what that means here in a minute. In fact, he said that this is the keystone in the arch of the entire Think and Grow Rich philosophy. direct quote. This is the keystone in the arch of the entire Think and Grow Rich philosophy. What does that mean? That means like this is the most important principle of all. In fact, he said everything else is to serve that one. So what the hell is autosuggestion? Why weren't we taught this in schools, Jan? Why didn't, Miss, Sally, in third grade say, John and class, here's the most important thing you got to know. Okay. Yeah. Learn your math, add, subtract, do it. That's nice. Okay. Here's the thing. Autosuggestion, boys and girls. Let's talk about it for the next 6 months. It's that important. Okay. When summer break, we're talking about it from now until you guys get out of here for summer break. That conversation never happened. So what the hell is autosuggestion? Here is what autosuggestion is. Autosuggestion is what you tell yourself about yourself all day long. It's the inner dialogue. It's the affirmation, right? Or the invalidation. I can, I can't. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or can't, either way, you're right. Autosuggestion. Auto, meaning automatically doing it to yourself. What? Suggesting thoughts, right? Ideas, repetition over and over and over and over again. I mean, how many of you, the moment you were born, immediately started running down the street? Here's this newborn baby, and you're like, bam, marathon, boom, 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 boom. Exactly none of you, exactly zero. Okay. So there was a process of learning where you learned how to, do the crawling thing, I suppose, right, at first. And then, getting up on, 2 legs because you're a biped, right? And falling down, right? Smashing your head into furniture and crying and all this. And at what point did you give that up? At what point did you say, you know what, I'm just not cut out for this walking thing? I mean, if you think about it, walking is actually controlled falling. It's like we are off balance and we stop ourselves from falling down. And then we're off balance again and we stop ourselves from falling down. And you guys can do this on all different kinds of terrain. There's this thing called stairs. Check it out, right? And so there's like an incline and there's like now you're falling, but not as much in that direction. But of course, if you're going down the stairs, now you're falling even more, right? There's a whole lot that goes into this. Did any of you give up that pursuit because you didn't get it the moment you were, came out of the womb or something? No. And through repetition, again and again and again, you became what? You became a walker. You became someone who could do that. And then you can run. And then maybe you do run marathons. Good on you. Fine. Fantastic. Okay. But the point is that there was a constant repetition of this. And so now we can see that when it comes to walking. Can we see that in terms of what we train ourselves to do and what we train ourselves to believe about ourselves, or what we've allowed others to train us to believe about ourselves? Usually it's that. So this whole idea that you can't, well, had somebody sold you that bill of goods when you were the toddler and failing to control your falling to a degree where we could call it walking, well, you wouldn't be walking right now. Thank goodness nobody sold you that. And if they did, you got a refund on that deal, okay? Because we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done, right? Says you. Now, if with that same intent, back to the Wayne Dyer idea, the power of intention, okay? You intended to use your body, and you do, right? Obviously, there are people disabled and, genetic problems and things like that. I'm talking about in the typical case, okay? So you intended and you fulfilled that intention. What the hell is so different about this? What's different about you reaching your goals and having that vision, right? If you intend and you do not allow yourself the counter intention that you induce or that you deduce from others, right? That others sold you like you can't or something. If you don't give the energy to the counter intention, which is there for all of us, right? I want it, but, right? So anything that comes after but. Okay, so if you give more energy to what you want and less of what you don't want, right? These suggestions that suggest that you can't, you're going to start making some progress. Okay. The next thing you know, you're walking. And now that you can run, you look back at those times when you could barely stand up. And it's like, wow, that's where I came from. I saw the video of when I was a little kid and man, I couldn't even stand up. right? So you'll look back and you'll say, and here's the trick, do this now, right? See yourself already in possession of, like, you're a runner now, okay? And now you're looking back at these early times, these humble beginnings, and you're thinking, wow, I've come a long way. Can you have that experience now? You know what we call that? Expectation. Expectation. I expect it. And so I'm not shocked, right? So when Jan's a millionaire, it's not like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it, I just won the lottery or something. No, that's not what it is. No, it's deja vu. It's, yeah, of course I'm a millionaire. Of course I am. What else would I be doing here? Expected, right? And if you could put yourself into that conversation more often than not, right? If that's the autosuggestive state, you can, you will, you shall, right? Being delivered right on schedule. Here, look at the pictures. Back to dream building, right? Look, there's the car, there's the house, right? There's the investment account, there's the philanthropic projects, right? I mean, if money just makes you more of what you already are, let's just turn up the volume on what you already are. What do you want? Great. And then expect that. And then just play a bigger game, right? So the bigger game for the toddler was walking. The bigger game for the walker is running. The bigger game for the runner is Olympic, something triathlete. I don't know, whatever it is. Okay. Flying, I suppose, right? Let's go build some airplanes or something. Great. But the point is, we're making progress. We're progressing. We're becoming more and doing more. And therefore we're having more. But it starts with becoming. So who's doing it? And this is the number one question that I introduced to everyone. I think the moment anyone gets started, at least in this community, where, they get to see a little welcome video from me or something, I think it's one of the first words out of my mouth, right? Is that more important than what we do is who's doing it, right? Any clown can show up and sign up for an e-commerce deal to whatever end. I don't know. Do you think more money? Do you think more people online are successful to the degree that they would like to be, or not successful? Here's the last statistic I heard. It's something like 3%. Don't quote me on this. I'm going to have to dig in to some stats. Okay. But 96.8% of all statistics are made up on the spot, in case you were wondering. That's a joke. But but it's something like 3% of the people who are attempting to make money online make more than $100 a month. $100. Why bother showing up, right? By the way, Rachel's not here to make $100 per month, or 1,000, or 10,000. Okay, too small of a game, way too small. I've shared with some of you guys, my best month online so far is 200,000 in a month. So that's not every month. I'm working on it. Okay, I haven't arrived. Right, give me time. I'm running 4 businesses, and I'm a madman and all that. Okay, but think about, what game are you playing, and is it worthy of you? Because I'm trading my life for mine, and you're trading your life for yours. If we can acknowledge that, and we can, I'm not giving you a heavy trip. I'm not saying get more serious. Don't be so damn serious. Okay, we can have a bit of flippancy and a bit of game with this. Okay, but if we know that we've opted into this game of entrepreneurship and of achieving goals in life, right? If we've opted into that game, and you have the power of choice to do so, because there's people who don't choose that, right? In fact, most people are watching Netflix, or waiting for the government to hand them a check, or whatever. Okay, or succumbing to their fate in their cubicle. That's most people. You're not most people, right? Okay, good. So I'm talking to the right people now. Okay, great. So if you're going to do that, right, if you've assigned yourself as the cause point for all of these effects that you're looking to create in your life, just make damn well sure that those effects are worthy of you. Because you're going to get a result, and it's pretty much going to be what you expect. That doesn't mean you're not going to, solve problems and overcome barriers along the way. Every game has barriers, of course, right? Otherwise it'd be a boring game. Football team, no opposing team. How long are you going to play that game? We scored a goal. Yeah, we scored another one. Nothing's happening here, guys. All right, let's go get a drink or something, So no game, no barriers, no game. But you chose this game. So now that you've chosen it, now we maximize, we exploit, we get every drop of value out of this. Why? Because you're worth it, right? If you're going to play it, friggin' play it. You play to win. You don't play to not lose. Half measures avail us nothing. So enough with this doubt about can I? Look around. So that's the other thing we can do, right? To prop ourselves up with our own auto suggestion, that which we tell ourselves about ourselves all day long. Go seek evidence. Go immerse yourself in the environment where the success that you seek is a reality. By the way, you're doing that right now to a degree. I mean, here we are, right? No, there's no actors or anything on here. And when we got people making sales for the first time on the internet, I think, was it Missy? Did you say you had like 5 sales in an hour or something? And who was I talking to last night? Hey, shout out to Ashley over in New Zealand. I talked to Ashley last night for me, yesterday morning for him. 13 sales, just getting going. 13, infinitely better than 0. I mean, that's 13 right there. You know, he's got products getting listed, and so yeah, this is happening like for real all around you. There are people here who have joined our advanced group, and for those of you going through like the accelerator and learning about what happens behind the curtain here with you know, the inner circle and all that, we've got people who get together directly with, you know, Rachel and top experts in the entire industry. Adam, right? And so that's who they're rubbing shoulders with, right? You think there's any, you know, mystery there about, you know, the people, does this actually work? You know, come on, look at the stats. So if you're vague about that, then you get to be vague. Okay. But we're not vague, and you deserve to be not vague, right? You deserve to be very intentional and confident that you're going in the right direction and that you can, in fact, have what you want. Because if not you, then who? I mean, you know, is Rachel special or something? Adam, is he a superhero? No, they just made some decisions based on their own expectations and their own self-worth, right? Here's what my time is worth. Here's what my effort is worth. Here's what I'm trading my life for, and it damn well better pay. It's going to pay. Time for you to get paid. All right. So have that attitude about it. And perhaps stop arguing with yourself so much, right? Because you're going to lose that argument. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Cynthia. I see you guys in the chat. So good to be here with everyone. Let me stop talking and let me open up the floor for anybody else who wants to talk. Come on out, raise hands, or do whatever you guys got to do, and we'll get the show on the road. Who has an idea that they'd like to share? I think I heard Johnny. Hey, Johnny. I heard a little noise and it says Johnny.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now. Hey, Johnny, what's going on?
Yeah. How you doing, man? Appreciate it. Thank you for everybody. I just had a quick question. If you can.
Not hearing it. Not getting it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny. It sounds like on a really bad connection. We'd love to hear from you. It's just not working out, my friend. Maybe if you move to a different spot and raise your hand, we'll get you out here. Sorry about that, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mute your mic because it's not working out. I see Sharna's got her hand up. Let's get Sharna out here, and then we'll see if we can hear from Johnny again. Hey, Sharna.
Hi, can you hear me okay? Because I'm in my
can.
car today. Okay, I just wanted to try to say something positive. I believe in faith and putting things out there. And I just want to say 3 years ago, I bought a new car. I hadn't had a new car in a long time. And at that time, I wanted specific safety lane change features, and I wanted the media, the nice bells and whistles. Well, it was $3,000 more that I couldn't afford at that time. But I said to myself, in 3 years, I'm going to go back and I'm going to buy another new car with all those features. I purposely didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to hear any, you just bought a new car. Why are you buying a new car? So guess what? Last year I lost my job. But guess what? This March, I bought that new car with all the bells and whistles and all the features. And I still had to deal with people saying, you just bought a new car. Your car is not even 3 years old yet. What are you doing? And I said, I always knew that I was going to buy a new car. So I believe in putting it out there and having faith and believing. And guess what? I'm still not working at this moment, but I'm having faith and believing. I see my future. I didn't put, a certain amount and everything because I don't want it to be less than what God has intended and planned for me. But I just wanted to share that little bit of positive, that whatever you dream, stick to it because it is going to happen. I have had my cousin tell me several times, I don't see how you are so blessed as you are. And I said, that's because I dream it and I have faith to believe that it is going to come to pass. And so far it has.
Beautiful. Thank you, Shauna. There's evidence, everyone. So what did I just say? Immerse yourself in the environment where the success you seek is a reality. That's as real as it gets right there. And by what means? I don't know. I don't know about all the means. I don't know. My methods, God's methods, right? So we're going to walk the path and more will be revealed as we walk the path, as we take action with purpose and faith. Thank you so much, Shauna. Beautiful stuff.
You're
Just
welcome.
glad you're here.
Thank you.
Stanley. Stanley's got the floor. Let's get Stanley out here. Stanley? Stanley. Hello?
Hello, John.
There he is. Hey, Stanley.
Yeah, how you doing?
Very good.
Hello, everyone. John, I'm trying to I just got enrolled into the low hanging system, and
Welcome.
So and part of the package is the it comes with the video training and all that, and I've been looking at it, but I've not been able to get into Gear Bubble and all that. Part of the package is that I'm gonna be hooked up with the Gear Bubble VIP, and Explosion and all that. So how do I get that? How do I get into, like, who do I meet to, like, hook me up with the Gear Bubble VIP?
There you go. I'm putting it in the chat right now. You see that? They just put an email address, help@lowhangingecom.com. help@lowhangingecom.com. So
That's the help desk?
That's the help desk. Yeah. So like, I can't solve your technical problems. I was saying that right at the beginning, but I'm glad you're here and we want your tech working. All right. So if you're having a technical issue, get with the help desk. Okay.
What I'm trying to ask is, if I just go to Gear Bubble and just sign up and all that, that's not the VIP, right?
No.
Okay, so I have to talk to them.
Yeah. Lydia's saying in the chat, your email Gear Bubble with a copy of your receipt. So this is logistics and operations stuff. All right. So definitely, you got the copy of your receipt, get with them and present that to them, and then you get the free access. Right. So, and if others can assist on this subtopic here, please chat with Stanley. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Sell@gearbubble.com. There you go. Missy to the rescue. She knows stuff. I'll tell you what, Stanley, keep showing up here because you're going to meet people like, Missy and Lydia and all these other awesome people. Cynthia. So glad you're here. Welcome, sir. Glad you're here.
Yeah, well, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Michael, and then we got Courtney's hand up. Hey, Michael, what's going on, man?
Oh, it's been a weird day already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little bit late. My landlord decided to show up and do a bunch of stuff that he didn't tell me about. So it's always fun when that kind of thing kind of blindsides you. So I got here. It wouldn't be a meeting without saying something positive. So the inner dialogue, what Napoleon Hill said, and what we've been talking about, I would say almost for a week now, is that when we focus on what we want, we get our desires. And we're talking about universal energy. Whatever energy, and I think Henry Ford put out, whatever energy you put out, you're going to get. If you say I can't, you won't. If you say you can, you will. So the linchpin, if you will, or the stone that you were talking about, that inner dialogue creates your self-belief. And we were talking about Earl Nightingale, he was saying the same thing. You have to eliminate those negative thoughts in your life, not just in the things that you come across every day, but in your head. So you have to fill that void between your ears with positive talk. And often we have this self-talk is just going on in the back of our head, and we have to say, nope, we're going to switch gears. We're going to pivot and we're going to move into a positive area. It's very easy to get so stuck in the when things aren't going well, or you have a negative opinion, or someone gives you a negative opinion, to jump on board. When you change your point of view, going, you know what, I don't need that. And I've been really staying away from the politics because I got really involved with that. I'm like, is this, well, you said yesterday, is this making me money? Is this advancing my dreams or my goals? Or is this just distracting me? And there's so many distractions that we take for granted that, oh, it's just there, it'll help me to relax. No, it's just distracting you from what you really need to do or where you want to go. Once you're there, then we can talk about these distractions. But until you get there, like, time to eliminate, time to get focused, time to stay on one path. So
Right.
I've been trying to eliminate. No, I have been eliminating a lot of those things, those distractions that have kept me unfocused. And
Right.
again, put your for 30 days, put your nose down, do extra things to you gotta kind of how did he put it? You have to create opportunities or put out energy to get energy back. So go out of your way to help other people. Go out of your way to do these things you normally wouldn't do. Do things that put you into that uncomfort zone, that uncomfortable space that normally you would go, no, that's not, I can't. No, I can, I will, I do, that kind of thing. And I think that by doing those kind of activities and just the memory of positivity will help me and hopefully others get the direction they want to go to and stay on that path. And it's a challenge. I gotta tell you, it's a challenge, because always you've got weird things that just pop in your head and it's like, where'd that come from? And recognizing that and going, no, you know what? That's not serving me. That's controlling me, and I control my future. So it was very interesting you brought that up, because and the faith, again, that's what faith is all about. Faith without, you said, how'd you put it? Faith without evidence? I think is what you said way back when. What faith is, seeing things, believing in things without seeing them. It's like, yeah, whatever your definition was, it was really good. And I did write it down.
It's a state of certainty. It's a state of increased knowingness, right?
Yeah.
And not being in a mystery about where am I going, or what will the results be. The thing you mentioned, though, as far as clearing your mind of these distractions and things which just helps me relax. And I don't know how you watch the news and it helps you relax, but I could tell you that it's a vice. Even if the distraction or the negative thing, right? Let's say it's a cause of griping and complaining in your life, right? But that's like the normal state. It's kind of like a vice. It's like I'm addicted to being pissed off all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. And so if you extract yourself from that, that is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to not be constantly griping all the time. Wow.
Well, what's so weird?
Okay.
I used to watch the news because I like to be on top of current events.
Mhm.
Now I realize there is no current events. This is just these spin doctors with their opinion news. It's not even news anymore. So I'm like, why do I need that? Why do I need to hear someone's opinion? I got my own. I don't need to hear that as news.
Yeah. Well, we make the news, okay, and the news is in your life. But here's the thing that Covey talked about. Steve Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He said the highly effective people operate within their circle of influence, and they don't blow all their energy out there in their circle of concern. And you may have lots of concerns. Okay. What can you do about it right now? Okay. So, you can't. All right. So they get back into your circle of influence, go become effective here. And then that circle of influence expands, your reach expands out into additional concerns. Okay. But if you cannot have an effect, highly effective people, that's the title of the book, right? Well, then what the hell are you doing? So Anyway, Michael, so glad you're here. The words are powerful. I mean, the words that we're hearing today coming out of everyone's mouths, I think are terribly profound if we stop and listen. Okay. And then we, use our own barometer or whatever we got to do to assess, all right, where do I fit in with all that? Am I working with, these concepts, or am I just kind of glazing over them and neglecting them? I mean, look, it's your experience. You can do whatever you want. I'm not attached to, like, your results are for you, not for me. Right. I hope for everyone's sake that you kind of take this stuff to heart and live it and don't just pay it lip service, which I've done more of my share of that throughout my life. Lip service, right? No integrity, just, parroting off some cool platitudes or something. No, we got to do it. We got to, like, for real, do it. There's no fake it. There is no try, as Yoda said. There's no try. Oh my goodness. Hey, let's bring Courtney and then Cynthia out here, and then I've got a hard stop at the top of the hour. I got clients I got to meet with. So Courtney and then Cynthia, and then I think we'll be wrapping up. Hi, Courtney. Courtney. We got to learn how to use our Zoom buttons here. Here comes Courtney.
Can you see me?
I hear you and I see you. There you are.
I'm on the big screen.
Yes, you are. Broadcasting to the
Okay.
whole world. What's going on,
Okay.
Courtney?
Hello, everyone. Basically, I'm like similar problem, similar to Stanley. Like I've got problems getting started, basically setting up, and basically on the PandaDoc, what's the company size and the company name, and I've got the put in the CRM, and I'm basically if anyone's willing, just help me go through. That would be helpful. Just get started. Basically, I'm having problems
Okay.
just getting started. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So once again, we've got the help desk at help@lowhangingecom.com. There's also the Facebook group, which I've been hearing from people that they're getting lots of good assistance from their peers inside the Facebook group. And there's also this Zoom room, which as soon as we're done, which we're going to be here in just a couple minutes, resets itself. And if anybody wants to use this meeting space, you can use it. There's people typically that show up here, Courtney, 15 minutes before we start, because we start at 15 minutes after the hour, because I'm booked solid up until that time typically.
Okay.
And so, you show up early and you may have some, some Q&A opportunities there with some knowledgeable people. So glad
Yeah.
you're here, Courtney. Welcome, sir.
Okay. Thanks. a
All
lot.
right. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap up with my friend Cynthia today. Hi, Cynthia. Where are you?
Hello. John,
Hey.
help me with this. So I would, if anybody wants a really good practical application about what we're talking about today, Earl Nightingale's message, what's the name of it, John? I can't remember, where he challenges us to the 30-day test. So we take a card and we write down, this is changing our thinking. You write down the things that you want. And what you do is after you write it down, you also write down, ask and the gift is yours. Seek and you will discover. Knock and the door will be opened for you. For every persistent one will get what he asks for. Every persistent seeker will discover what he longs for. And everyone who knocks persistently will one day find an open door. And I just think that that is such an excellent challenge, because what you do is you write down this on the card, what you want, and then every day you look at yourself in the mirror, first thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed, but multiple times during the day. It is like reprogramming that thinking that we don't realize we're doing, that sabotages us at times. So it helps us get to that place where that's the things that we think on, instead of those other old bad things, like Michael, you were talking about the news and so on. John, what was the name, do you remember, of Earl's message?
Strangest secret.
That's it.
Mhm.
So if that helps anybody, I hope it does. It sure has helped me again.
Yeah. I've listened
I used
to
to
that
do
recording.
that and I come back to it. Thank you.
Yeah, I've listened to that recording at least 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
Really good.
32 minutes long. I can recite almost the whole thing verbatim. It was
And it's on
19
YouTube for free.
Yeah. People like to get traffic to their YouTube channel, so they go and they post, classic stuff from other authors, and That one, I suppose, is out of copyright. Although these days on YouTube, I mean, we got people posting copyrighted music and everything else. I
Yeah.
guess there's ways to get
Yeah.
around. I don't know.
Thank you,
Um,
everybody. Thanks,
all right.
John.
You are so welcome. Thank you, Cynthia. Let's wrap up with that, my friends. I do need to hit the road. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Is that Minnie?
Oh, wow.
Minnie?
Yes, it
Hi,
is.
Minnie.
I would like to find out the name of the that because I'm doing other what you call it all those clips. So I would like to find out what she said, the name of it so I could watch
The
it.
Strangest Secret.
Strangest Secret. Okay.
Yeah,
All
The
right.
Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale and his business partner Lloyd Conant started a company called Nightingale Conant, which popularized audiobooks and records and self-help audio. Napoleon Hill was a student. I'm sorry, Earl Nightingale was a student of Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich. So, all right, we got to wrap up with that. Minnie, something weird. I've got a red X by your name. I have no idea what that means.
What?
So instead of usually if people raise their hand, I could see a little electronic hand. In your case, I see a round red circle
I
with
don't know
an
what that
X.
means.
What
Well,
is
that means
that?
no. That means no.
No,
You've got a check mark or an X. A check mark is yes, and an X is no. So she's got it set to X. So just click on your reactions, the X one more time, and it'll disappear.
I have no
Okay.
idea what that even means. Okay, very good.
It's above the
Um,
lower hand, up a raised
Oh, maybe
hand.
it's like a survey, like if we're doing a poll, how many people
Yeah,
yes and no. Oh,
exactly.
okay, got it. All right,
It's like an
very good. Hey,
icon,
all right, Michael,
icon.
closing thoughts, please.
Real
I gotta-
quick. Your chat room, when you close this window, the chat all disappears and we don't have access to it. Some people have put information in there. Is there a way to keep to save the chat or to get access to maybe the transcript that has this information? No, actually it's the chat, not the transcript, that we can't get access once it goes.
Yeah, that pretty much goes poof.
Okay.
So, yeah. If
Get
there's
it now.
something you need to copy out of the chat, grab it and paste it onto a document or something. But
Okay.
yeah, that goes poof. All right, guys, I do have to roll. I will
Thank
see
you.
you all back here tomorrow. Thank